Park. It's a beautiful day here today, and I just wanted to share all of God's creation with us and talk about my personal favorite verse, and just share everything that God has to offer. When you are struggling with mental health, when you're just having a bad day, um, when you feel like kind of like the world is against you kind of thing, or you just really feel stuck in your faith, sometimes it's really great to get outside and just enjoy all of God's nature, all of the beauty that God has made for us. And it doesn't mean that you have to go for a long walk. It doesn't mean that you have to go very far. It could be in your backyard. It could be a nearby park. It could be just anywhere that you can get outside and enjoy and get away from the world for a minute. There's something very calming and settling about being out in nature because it just sort of resets your mind. You're focusing on everything that you're seeing, you're focusing on everything that's going on around you, whether there's other people in the park, or there's animals, or there's just different sounds that you don't normally hear being inside. It's just nice to go out and reset. So while we're out here, I wanted to talk about my favorite verse, which is Jeremiah 29:11, which essentially says that I know the plans that I have made for you, and they are not to harm you, but to help you grow. And this is my favorite verse because I think sometimes we feel really stuck and we're praying about different things, we're talking about different things with God. We say, you know, I want a better job, I want a better house, I want a family, I want a car, I want kids, I want all these different things that we're asking God about. And sometimes we don't stop and think about what God has planned for us. Um, you know, and sometimes it takes a long time to get to the place where you realize that you're on the path that you're supposed to be. And sometimes that path will change because God has plans for you. But see, God functions on a timeline outside of our own. So if what works for one period of time doesn't necessarily work for another. You know, God's going to give you subtle hints to go a different direction. And that may mean changing jobs. That may mean that you have to move. That may mean you have to totally change what you had planned to do. But when you get to the place where you're doing what you're supposed to do, I promise you, sorry, there's bugs out here. I promise you, it's going to feel right and it's going to feel good because God never sets up plans to do anything wrong to us, to hurt us, to put us in a bad place. God only has plans that are good for us and that are going to help us be successful. Now, does that mean that you're going to be a billionaire? I don't know. I can't speak for God, obviously, but it doesn't, just because you want to be successful and you realize what the scripture God says he's going to set you up to be successful. Success comes in many different forms. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have the biggest house, the coolest car, the most perfect family, the whatever you think your perfect dreams might be. What some people find incredibly rewarding pays virtually nothing. You see people that go out and volunteer. You see people that go out and do ministry work in different countries, and they're living in tents and living in impoverished areas, and they're incredibly happy doing what they do. You know, and sometimes it's funny when you think about all the things that you want in life, and then when you get down to it and you realize that you have a family, you have shelter, you have a job, you have your basic needs met, what more do we really want in life? And sometimes, yes, we all get selfish. We all have moments. I wish I had a better car. I wish my house was paid off. I wish I had a bigger apartment. I wish I had all these things. And there's nothing wrong with striving to get those things. But if that's all you're striving for in life and that's all you're praying for, it's not worth it to have those kind of prayers um, with God. You need to have prayers that are productive and active and that are going to help you grow as a person. There's nothing wrong wishing for a better home, especially if your home is too small for the family that you have or the family that you're planning, or it's unsafe. There's nothing wrong with praying for having a better car, reliable transportation. There's nothing wrong in going to God and saying, hey, I am really uncomfortable in the job that I have right now. I'm working with people that aren't um, respective of my faith. They're not respective of me. I need something where I'm going to be successful every day. And there's nothing wrong with asking God for those things. And if that's something that you are striving for, God's going to lead you down the right path. But you have to be open to whatever possibilities God puts out there for you. So if you're out putting out job applications, you're out, looking for something new, you have to be um, you have to be prepared that what you might think would be the most perfect job maybe doesn't come to fruition. And there's probably a really good reason for that. Maybe it wasn't going to turn out to be a permanent position, or maybe it wasn't going to turn out to be something that in the long run was going to be bust for you. So sometimes, hi Jersey, nice to see you. Hi Hannah, nice to see you. Welcome in. Jersey, I never get to catch you when you're live. One of these days I will catch you. But sometimes we just have to sit back and let God direct our path and realize that maybe it's not going to go the way we exactly planned. Maybe you're somebody that went to college for one degree or another and you went a completely different direction. My original college degree was English. I had plans to teach English and it didn't work out. I wound up getting my MBA and now I'm in trucking. So, the world has lots and lots of possibilities. And I think sometimes we just have to be open and let God take us where we want to go, in His time, on His path, on His um, putting things out there for us. Jersey, I kind of go live depending on how my schedule is. I don't have a set live schedule because of my rotation at work. I was just trying to do a daytime one, so I'm glad you caught me. But yeah, so we can't always say, hey, can I have this, that, and the other thing and expect it to happen, because there's sometimes that we just have to sit back and let God do what is His will for us. And we have to take that one step at a time. And that means that if we're going to look for that new job and you go and you have a great interview and you just put it in God's hands. And if it's supposed to be, um, if it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, then God will make it happen. If it's not supposed to be, then move on and fill out another application. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be frustrated, but realize that things happen for a reason, and that reason is ultimately God. If you are someone that believes and God is going to help you do the things that you want in your life, you have to follow what God's plan for you is. And maybe that's not necessarily the best plans for what you thought your life was going to be, but I promise you it'll work out in the long run for what everyone wants it to be. So anyway, I just wanted to take some time and enjoy being outside for today, because it's absolutely beautiful out. And I just really appreciate everything that God gives us in terms of nature. We're blessed where we live, that we have a bunch of parks nearby, so we can go out and get out and just enjoy what God has for us. We're also very blessed in the fact that a lot of the parks allow our dogs to be outside too, which is amazing. So hopefully you have a place where you can just kind of go out and enjoy, even if it's just for a few minutes on your lunch break, or even if you can just step up behind the building that you work out and just be in the moment of God and everything that He has made for us here on this planet. Sometimes we forget how blessed we are because of everything that God has given us, and we get kind of selfish and we don't think about it when we throw one more piece of trash on the ground, or we forget to pick up somebody else's trash that maybe just missed the trash can or purposely threw it there, whatever it is. But it means that when we do things that are good for God and good for nature, that we're taking care of what God has given us. This is our planet that He put us in charge of taking care of. And when we disrespect it, it's just not going to work out for anyone. We see what pollution has done. We see what people have done that have been disrespectful to God's creation. We've had species go extinct. We've had things just we have huge landfills instead of where there should be trees and parks. We had subdivisions instead of green spaces. And we need to be respectful of everything that God has given us. And in taking time outside to enjoy it and commune with God and spend time in prayer with God is so important, because it gives you such a feeling of connection with God. And that was really why I came out here today. Um, so thank you, Jersey. I appreciate that. No, we are actually in the Midwest, Jersey. We are in Missouri, so we're kind of in the middle of the country, where it's nice and humid and hot, though today is an exception to that. So it's actually a really beautiful day out, and I wanted to get outside while I could. So, but anyway, I just wanted to, like I said, hop on and just share what a beautiful day it is, because we don't get too many of those in the summer where it's not 90,000 degrees. And I wanted to come on and just say hello to everyone. So I will be doing another um, live very soon. Hopefully later tonight I'll do one. If you guys want to hop on then, I would love to see you. If not, you can always, it is beautiful. I hope it's beautiful where you are too, Jersey. I know it's been really hot up by you too. So hopefully you've gotten a little bit of relief from all that. I know today it's like 80 and it has a beautiful breeze outside, so it's just awesome. And I really wanted to get out. So I have some good, surprising ASMR videos coming up if you guys are interested in those. So I am going to jump off here and go do a little bit more filming and enjoy it while it's nice out. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you, all of you who dropped in. And if you are interested in faith and just talking about all that God gives to us in this amazing world, feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.